live. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is 11:17 here on Eastern Standard Time in the USA, which means in Great Britain right now it is 03. That is 3 a.m. in the morning time, which means this is officially hashtag Blood Bowl After Dark. That's right. This is the PS4 Champion Cup semifinal. I'm talking all creepy and low in a whisper because everything sounds nicer when you whisper it. No, and also I'm trying not to wake up the house and possibly get violently attacked by a pregnant woman. So, yes, I am serious Jest. I am joined in the booth by the man, the myth, the legend, RandTheMad of the MML, who is joining me in the booth as a guest announcer here. Rand, are you excited about this amazing match between two MML greats coming here to see basically who's going to wave that MML flag in the final for the PS4 Champion Cup?
Oh man, I'm excited. This should be a good one.
Absolutely. Let's see. What do you have you identified? What's up with these? With the inducements for each side?
Yeah, it doesn't look like Bernie got anything, but it looks like Rez got Glart, an Apo, and probably some names.
And we're seeing the ball kicked off right now. Brutas Blessed Vermin's going to get an extra reroll because of his brilliant coaching. According to the game, Gorilla Rez, aka DJ Red Dice, is the superior coach here. The zombie opening up with a block on the line rat. We're going to see Flesh Golem over punch by more shots. By the way, I just want to call out that it looks like Brutus Blessed Vermin had 6,000 additional fans show up to their stadium right now. They are hosting this. Meanwhile, the MML pack only had 2,000 additional fans in addition to their season ticket holders. And so that fame difference is going to be the fame factor is going to favor Brutus Blessed Vermin in all roles today. And look at that. So Bernie pushes the advantage here with the blitz from Serious Jest, who fails a dodge and ends up laying on the ground there. Luckily, he's got a couple zombies in his vicinity to keep him from getting stomped on too bad, potentially. But Gorilla Rez, I'm sure, is eyeing that wolf with the possibility of stamping him down. Actually, I'm going to switch camera views here and turn us around because obviously the Necro have the ball. One thing that Bernie, you may notice, Rand, and I think we're caught up now. We're live action now. One thing that has happened here that is extremely unfavorable to the MML pack against a Skaven team is that there's nobody on that ball. Absolutely nobody on that ball.
Good thing there's not any rats really close, but it doesn't mean they're not going to be there close after this turn.
Absolutely. I'm wondering if there's somebody in range right now.
Maybe. No, he's not in range. But he does have a wizard because they have the inducement shop is the wizard. No. So I'm not seeing the wizards on the Cabal Vision, but they both have a wizard.
Oh, they definitely do, yes. So the stadium, Brutus Blessed Vermin Stadium. Oh no, that's right. It's something about the
Oh, now you're going really quiet.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I cannot hear you.
Damn it. Am I having technical difficulty? What about now?
No, now we can hear you.
Okay. I don't know, a stupid headset. Paid all this money for it and it barely works. So yeah, I think that the stadium is called the Grave of Sigmar, I believe, because Rez is a jerk, and if you're not in the MML, you won't know what he's referring to. But and even
know what he's referring to.
you don't either, right? Not everybody does know. Oh, you do.
Pay
Okay.
attention to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But in any case, the Grave of Sigmar does feature the magician shop, and so both sides got a free wizard. Cabal Vision's doing that stupid thing that it's done lately after one of the last patch updates, where all of a sudden like wizards don't show up if you're watching it, but they're there. So you can see the little magician cart right there on the side of the field for each side. So I'm surprised. Gorilla Rez likes to operate from, being able to take advantage of the blitz. And for him to have sat his guys back, that's got to be definitely a reaction to the Wolves. And the Wolves able to cover so much ground, especially, Steve frickin' Michaels over here on the right side, the real killer for this team. The boogeyman, if you will, who has acquired the tackle skill recently and is particularly dangerous. So you've actually seen Rez sit his gutter runners back, but had he not done that, normally the blitz is right up his alley. I mean, you'd have seen the backfield flooded with them and somebody on the ball.
Which wasn't technically a blitz, but it would have been just like a blitz with that fail, the double ones on the dodge.
Oh, you're right. Actually, yeah. Yeah, you're actually, I completely forgot that it wasn't even a blitz because of the way that played out. But yeah, just like it, right? And normally, I mean, I'd say like 90% of the games that I've watched Rez coach with any teams that got movement like this, right? His guys are already, I mean, whether or not there's a guy with the ball, you put all your guys upfield like this at the midline and sit one guy back, and Rez is putting guys in your backfield. He's going to harass you. Just wait for, try to cut you off from the rest of your blockers, not let you get a cage established, not let you get even in the vicinity of the rest of your team. Just, put you on an island. And because of the defensive way he was setting up to protect against what I assume is the threat of the nasty wolf, or wolves. Yeah, I don't know how dangerous Serious Jest is compared to Steve Michaels, but because of that threat, I think he sat his guys back and took this conservative approach and was not able to take advantage of Bernie kind of blowing it, and not picking that ball up, not covering the ball. At this point, I'm actually surprised Steve Michaels isn't running back there to cover the ball just in case.
Well, there he goes. Ooh. Oh, no.
Oh, parade of ones so far for Bernie. That's two double ones. Oh, so I normally say this about like dodgy teams. I say, these elf coaches and even gutter runner coaches, and they complain and they bitch about, oh, you don't know my pain, double ones, I got diced, and I'm like, man, you haven't felt salt until you've gotten quad skulls. Well, this is about the biggest argument. I mean, this isn't even a technically agi team, but Bernie just got hit with the equivalent of quad skulls, and that's 2 sets of double ones, 2 turns in a row to end his turn. That's ugly, man. That is real ugly. Not quite the equivalent, but it's really in the same salt range.
Yeah. Well, there's really nothing stopping Rez from scoring right here, unless he rolls double ones.
Yeah, which Bernie's already taken all the ones, so of course it's not happening.
Yeah.
Bernie, by the way, is a savage. It is, as I pointed out, in the UK right now. The time is 3:25 p.m. And Bernie agreed to play this match just out of nowhere. Like, hey, why not? I'm awake at 3:25 in the morning. Why not? And look at this. The Postman 2.0 is the guy that delivers the killing blow, or maybe not the killing blow, but draws first blood. Let's put it that way, against the man who created the concept of the Postman. Period. Bernie having been a big advocate of the Postman and saying the Postman always delivers, and yeah, I guess he's the first recipient of the mail in this game, and what a way to start off. I don't think that the Necro team, the MML pack, thought that it would be starting off this way, but there's a lot of game to go, and the beauty of the Necro is that they can definitely outbash these rats, but they got a couple of characters that can really run far with that ball. But if they don't get these ones under control, it's all going to be for nothing, right?
Yeah, you can't play with double ones. I mean, like, there's nothing you can do to stop double ones.
Yeah.
And that's 2 sets of double ones in 2 turns. That's just, I mean, he's probably pretty salty right now.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the good news is it can only get better from here, right?
Right.
You can't really get worse.
Double ones.
The rest of the game has to get better.
I don't know. I mean, he's playing against a really good rat team.
There you go. The quick snap is in effect, and that means everybody gets a free move up. Again, Rez has sat his defense back.
You're right, though. Rez is probably scared. He doesn't want to lose his Vermin.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because you can win this game and still lose the war, right? You can win this battle and still lose the war. Obviously he's got a Dark Elf team to face next, and it will not help him. And by the way, that Dark Elf team has taken some losses, I think, today. Some casualties.
They got injuries. Yeah.
Yeah, after there's some pretty thick injuries after facing a brutal chaos squad called Thermonuclear Palm. So I think Rez wants to enter next game if he gets past this round, um, with less attrition than the Dark Elves, probably. So
Which might be hard because this team is scary.
yeah, yeah, and Bernie's a violent coach. I mean, let's
Rez
not
has been
mince
talking
words.
about how scary it's been all week, so.
Absolutely. Let's see. By the way, Rez posting in the chat, he spent 100,000 of his own cash. That's how much respect he has for this team. In addition to the inducements and preparing for, he doesn't want to go into that last match basically undermanned. So he bought 2 appos. Wait, is that 2 extra appos? Because I don't think I've seen that in a
No,
while.
he had. I think he already had an Apo, didn't he? He's only got 2 Apos, so.
Yeah. Okay, so he's got 2 appos. So he bought a second appo. He got a Babe and he got Glart, and then both of them start out with the Wizard. Neither of the Wizards have been used, which again makes this very interesting. Bernie going up and marking this Seek 2.0 with 2 zombies. You have to imagine, is he trying to get 3 dice?
Blitz? No, he's trying to get the.
No, okay, yeah, just in case the first
dice
hit.
on the push in case it happens. Yeah.
Right. Smart.
Maybe that doesn't actually. I guess he'd have to go. Yeah.
Huh. And this time, Bernie doing the smart thing, and he's actually picking it up with the wolf this time. So, yeah, normally Bernie does not pick up with Dino Chicken, right? Normally Bernie's like, he does things with. Is he gonna try a pass here? Is he gonna
Maybe.
get? Yeah. Okay. Good.
Oh, that would be pretty cheeky if he did.
He's keeping them apart in case a wizard hits. So, okay, this is smart. He's got 2 potential ball carriers back there, and yeah, I'm surprised that he ran back there to handle that ball with Steve Michaels instead of Serious Jest. I guess he just doesn't trust Serious Jest's ball handling ability after the last game. But honestly, I mean, the tackle skill can really help. It wouldn't help there anyway. Serious Jest unable to close the deal here. And finds himself at Seek's mercy and decides, nah, I'm out. Screw that, guys. And then puts himself in contact with Career of Itchy. And then smartly,
I think what he's doing is he put it on Michaels because it's movement 8, Serious Jest had that injury. That minus movement, it's a little slower. And he is playing against rats, so.
It's a good point. But just the tackle, to me, the tackle on Steve Michaels, and then that's like the skill set is just different. Like Serious Jest has the blodge, so I just feel like he's a better ball carrier. And Michaels is more of a killer.
They're both Agi 4, but that tackle would be useful against gutter runners.
Mm-hmm. Sure. He's just relying on that poor man's tackle, that frenzy.
He's got frenzy and tackle. He's just loaded.
Yeah. That's a killer machine.
Gutter runner with him every turn.
Absolutely. It was a tough decision for me. In the MML I run with Necro and my Michael's Wolf. I had the opportunity to put tackle on him and decided instead I was going to make him a giant killer and put Dauntless on him. So the other.
Yeah, he's still scary though. He's a very terrifying guy.
Yeah, like we play, you play lizards and everybody else is going skink hunting, and I'm like, nah, we go Saurus hunting. We don't like we don't go for all that tackle stuff. We just hit the big guys with no dodge and take them down. But because of the claw, I want to maximize the claw. But we got a zombie that takes care of the gutter runners. Unconventional.
Ooh, and the blitz is good.
Yeah, it just seems like all the I don't want to put the game on, right? Again, I'm not going to talk a lot about luck, but I will say that the ebbs and flows of the game are ebbing and flowing in the direction of Brutas Blessed Vermin. The armor breaks. I mean, they're out bashing the Necro right now. They are out everythinging them.
I'm actually really surprised Bernie played this game because he just got pretty lucky in his last game to win it. in his MML game. So
Did he have consistent luck throughout the game, or was it just like this one turn where it finally came together for him after getting screwed most of the game?
It was hit or miss. Like there was like the first half he got pretty lucky, and then he went downhill, and it was like going really bad for him, and then he got, you know, a 2-turn touchdown to win it. So.
Right. Oh God. Oh Lord.
Oh
Let's,
man.
I just want to. I just want to
Ugh.
call attention to that was another again. Elf coaches right now would have been like, no, I got six ones in the first 3 turns. You know, those are 2 skulls, and then he re-rolled them. And if he hadn't had a block on, a block on non-block guy, that 2 both down is a pretty shitty roll too. This is not going well for Bernie. All right. All of that being said, we see Rez in the chat. He's obviously listening to us on Twitch, and he's saying, "Hey, I'll go as far as Rez is a great sport, and he'll call out like he sees it. He's like, yeah, Bernie's getting diced. I do want to. Yes, Bernie's getting diced. I really hope that doesn't take away from the enjoyment of Rez. I mean, you get good luck, and a good coach knows how to take advantage of it. And I have seen some really crappy coaches piss away great dice. So it's unfortunate that a lot of coaches feel like, look, I don't want to win because I got great dice, rather, but you shouldn't feel bad about it at all, man. We all have our great dice moments, we all have our shitty dice moments. I do question a little bit here, especially with this.
I'm kind of confused with what he's doing.
Yeah. Oh, and then he's just kind of okay. And he may be making the best of a bad situation here, but like that wolf is completely open to these gutter runners. I mean, to these, not even the gutter runners. I mean, you can get various different rats in there, different ways.
It looks like he could. I mean, he could pretty easily get a 2-die right here, but I don't know. Bernie is tired. I'm gonna play it off on that, but he did make a mistake. Like even with the bad dice, if he would have covered that ball, that first turn, it would have been a different. Even the second turn, he had 2 turns to cover the ball, and he didn't.
Yes, and to be honest, the chances of that happening were not that high. But I think that if it happens to you a couple of times, you'll realize that they're not that high, but they are. You know what I mean? They do happen, and they always seem to happen right when you're like, no, there's no way that's going to happen now. So
You always got to plan for the bad dice.
Absolutely.
You always got to plan that you're going to get the bad dice.
Absolutely. This is the first turn, though, where I've seen him just completely. I mean, this doesn't look like the advanced coach that Bernie is, and just leaving his wolf like that for Rez to basically abuse. I think a large part of it is probably that, those dice came up when he wasn't expecting. I think the double skulls again threw him off. All of that crap can weigh on you. It gets in your mindset. It's happened to me before. Like you get some really crappy dice, and your plan just gets completely thrown off. The time is running down, and then you just make moves that you're like, why would I ever do that in a million years? And your whole game gets thrown off. And yeah, he's paying for it now. And that's an armor break. Lucky for him, it's only an armor break, only a stun. The ball is in.
Actually, not a bad bounce either.
That's still. I mean, these are gutter runners, bro. That's. I mean, that's gutter runners picking that up.
Not a bad bounce.
Oh, for the rats, right. Yeah.
It could have been better, but that's. I mean, it could have been worse for the rats.
Yeah, exactly. This is old hat for Rez. He's like, 67% pickup? No problem, because I'm not getting the double. Bernie's been taking all the 1s and the 2s, so.
He's been taking all the bad dice, so I'm just going to continue riding my good dice.
Yep. Which is smart. That's what a good coach does. I mean, basically, when this kind of game happens, it's like it puts the guy, the guy who's receiving the great dice in this position where, like, it's his game to lose. Like, again, you don't want to be that dude that got these kind of dice and still lost. People will be looking at you sideways.
And that's the thing is, this game can ebb and flow too. I mean, the dice can turn around, so you want to take advantage of it while you have it.
Absolutely. And look, there you go. There's one bad die. Only one bad die. And wow.
One bad die.
No, so look, that was two 1s, just not in a row. The first he failed to pick up. He made it on the reroll, and then failed the dodge, but made it on the reroll. So, I want to say what's up to Beers in the chat. What is up, Beers?
See, and Bernie's not in a terrible position right now. I mean, he could be in worse position anyways.
Yeah, I'm wondering what else. Normally, you would see Rez kind of throw a pass in that position, but there's really nowhere kind of for him to have gone with it. So I think he's just trying to bank on this kind of stuff happening, which is that Bernie cannot land a block.
Bernie really needed that pow.
He
did. He's got to block that.
Now he's going to be dodging out. Man, I mean, these rats are positioned great. Because, I mean...
The only tackle pieces are his move pieces, too. You know, like...
This just shows you what a good coach Rez is. It's like what looked to us like a really open position to get hit. Rez looked around and was like, nah, I'm actually sitting pretty right now. Well, I mean, Thunden can come in and... It's a dodge. It's still a dodge. I mean, that is the best you could do under those circumstances, what Rez did. He knows his personnel very well. He knows where his sidesteppers are.
He's got his tackles.
Look at those dice, dog. Man. That is just... Wow.
He's not.
This is hard to recover from, man. I mean, yeah, that is... I haven't seen dice like this since like earlier today in my game. No, in one of my games. That's
just insane. I mean, those are ones and twos that he's really rolling.
Yeah.
I mean,
they are. This is crazy.
Still one. This is insane, and he's got really no good play right now.
None.
He has a risky play that could pay off. I mean, he could just be like, well, my bad dice need to stop right here.
Yeah. It was always weird, right? Like you'll get like 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 6, you know, and that might just be at the right moment. You need to call it. Sometimes you got to just put everything on like number 13 and you know, put all the chips on that and spin the wheel. Okay. So.
And at this point, why not? Like at this point, I mean, if you don't stop him here, he's going to go down and score again.
Yeah. There is a play. Yeah, no, that's tough. I don't know, man. Maybe, I mean, you could, that is actually 4 Wolf with Frenzy. You could YOLO it.
It's still 4+, even into 2 tackle zones.
Lewis saying you just have to know the game mechanics. That seems to very, like, simplify. Oh, do you mean like how the RNG works? Yeah, you just got to know the RNG, right? Play 50% plus of your guys. Wow, what a dodge! Oh snap! And that's what I'm talking about.
What?
Oh, a pow and an injury.
Oh, and it's
iPet is injured. And is Rez going to spend one of those apples? He is. iPet is important to the plan, and he is going to come back on the sideline. But remember what we talked about, man. It's like 1 2 1 2 1 2, and what do you roll on that dodge? Oh, and then back to ones.
Oh, back to ones. Double ones? Oh, no, he got it. Oh.
This is insane. So, yeah, he was a 4+ dodge, and he got it on the first go. He picks up the ball, and now he's kind of sitting in the same position that Rez was in, but I don't think this is going to work. I don't think this is going to work the same way. He's already spent his reroll. He's already spent his reroll, and I'm sure he's got to be thinking, well, I could have gone for it. I mean, what's the chances of another one, right?
Well, what's the chances of double ones in 2 turns?
No, I'm being sarcastic. Obviously, the chances of Bernie pulling another one are constant. My guess is he's going to get hit with fucking poor Destroy over here. Or not poor Destroy, he's going to get hit by Destroy and poor Serious Jest.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Can he even get a 2-die on that? It's going to be a...
Can he get a 2-die? Oh, he doesn't need the 2-die because there's lightning involved.
Oh, never mind. I forgot about the White Wizard. It sucks not being able to see him up there.
Yeah. You know, and that's the other thing. Bernie had the option of using the wizard before, and was saving. Like he's obviously holding it later on toward the match. You know, when Rez is like, screw it. Because if I go up 2-0
It's
now,
actually not a bad balance for Bernie, though.
no, it's actually really good because one of those guys is stand firm. So if they don't knock him down, that's a definite tackle zone, and they got to get Thunden gone. But there's guard over there. No, he's the only guard piece. So.
And really, those gutter runners aren't going to really be hitting too much. That one got Dauntless though.
The other one does, yeah.
G5 Dauntless, that's insane. That's such a stupid rat.
And look at that. Thunden takes a powder for a sec. That ball is now only in one tackle zone, which, yeah, are we gonna see something stupid from Low Down Dirty Rat? Yeah, he's walking in there with 283% easy dodges, picking it up, and yeah, I'm surprised Low Down Dirty Rat wasn't the guy to pick. Oh yeah, he's gonna definitely do that.
Just getting himself in a position in case he fails.
Yeah. That's a good coach right there.
Well, if Rez fails here, though, Steve Michaels is back this turn, too, so...
Oh! And just as you said, look, so the dice are starting to kind of sway the other way. Has Rez burnt his last reroll? No, he's down to one reroll. And let's see if... Oh, another one strikes! This game is insane. This is a comedy of errors right now. Totally insane. Bernie's out of reroll, so he really needs to start thinking about, yeah, there you go. Move the pieces. This is smart. You're moving the pieces that can be moved for free with little chances before you roll any dice. You have no rerolls. I mean, shoot, the way this game is playing out, rerolls mean nothing anyway. Nubble's just like, okay, reroll, double down. Double down. I said take your one.
I mean... But really, if you're Bernie, you really want to score here. Like, I mean, this is like your chance. You want to tie this game.
Look at that. Works. That works.
Mm-hmm. That works just fine. Is he going to go on the ball, though?
If I know Rez, Rez likes to roll the dice. And look at that, right back into Steve Michaels' hands, but he can't pick it up. However,
still
he's got
not a bad after bounce.
Not terrible, but who's going to pick that ball up?
Agi4.
Yeah, I think you might have to actually do it with him, right? You might have to dodge out with the wolf and pick it up that's a 83% dodge out.
So 3+3+, right? Oh,
yeah.
Man, you can go 83, 3+.
He's going to leave him there.
Oh, he's not going to do it.
So I guess he's hoping to get serious Jest up, but no, he's just getting him up. And he's just thinking, I'll just keep the tackle zones on the ball. The problem is with Rez, you're not safe. I've played against Rez before various times. You leave that ball there like that, Rez will jump in there and grab it, and you'll be like, how did he do that?
Well, he only has one reroll left, so I guess Bernie wants to roll dice.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that low-down dirty rat is really a low-down dirty rat.
Yeah. I mean, there are 1, 2, 3 tackle zones on the ball right now, and if they can complete the smackdown on the career of Itchy, so they're gonna have to clear Glart first. That's tough. Actually, they would have to do that with Dino Chicken. No, you could do that now because Dino Chicken's got guard. Okay, so knocking Low Down Dirty Rat down, that works.
Yeah.
Oh, we can't knock him down. Oh, I didn't realize that.
No tackle on RandTheMad.
I think you're gonna see the hit on.
Failed again.
Wait, what just happened? Okay. So he chose to do that first, which I'm surprised at because he had a 2-die block on Glart, and now that he's moved Dino Chicken, he no longer has it. But I don't think maybe he just decided I don't want the 2-die on him in case, because there's no block over there. And now he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 tackle zones on this ball. It's pretty good. So I'm thinking Rez tries to knock somebody into that ball.
It's pretty good until you're Rez.
Yeah, exactly.
Rez is just gonna,
knock somebody into the ball. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. This works against most coaches. Nothing is safe with Gorilla Rez. Lou calling for the scatter.
If I'm Bernie, Bernie's probably just freaking out right now. Like, he doesn't know what he's supposed to do. You can't play Rez and Dice. You can't play them both, you know?
I think Bernie is just trying really to get this attrition game going, and it's not working for him.
Not at all. He's got one injury, but it got appoed.
Yep.
So he's coming back. Like, there's no rats off the pitch right now, and it's turn 6.
Yeah.
I mean, he's had 6 turns and hasn't taken one off the pitch for good. Which, against AV7, that's not good. Going to be a tough game for Bernie if he goes into half. Down a touchdown and even numbers.
A lot of people are saying, like, at this point, you know, if you're playing Wood Elves or Skaven and you're losing on attrition by this deep in the game, it's already game over. Yeah, Jim has been asking, by the way, in the MML Discord chat whether CC's played his game. Yeah, he played earlier today, lost to Dynar. So whoever wins this match will be facing Dynar 3-2-1 in the finals. Dynar has made it as far as 3rd place before, I think. He has, so in the first season when we actually had a 3rd place game, he won the 3rd place game against me. So he took 3rd place that season. I think last season, season 2, he made it to the semifinals. Yeah, because I beat him in the semifinals. And then this season, he's going to be making the finals. So Dynar just, I don't know if we credit him enough for, I mean, everybody knows he's good, but I don't know if everybody realizes just how much achievement that is in this competition that is the Champion Cup, that he's made it at the very least to the semifinals every season. And there you go. And ironically, it's the badass Steve Michaels that gets pushed into the ball to scatter it, and right into the hands of the blitzing Slink. Wow.
I'm pretty sure that's not what Rez wanted.
No.
I don't think he wanted that.
I'm sure he didn't want that either. Do you re-roll those double skulls and use your last re-roll? I'm thinking probably not.
Re-roll that.
I don't think so. Yeah. Oh, and he does! And quad skulls! And you finally have... Oh, there you go. Rez gets a taste of the real life there. You think you were salty at double once. Well, I don't think Rez can be salty at anything right now as far as dice are concerned. But definitely, the dice are starting to turn a little bit. Nuffle is serving out crap both ways.
I mean, Bernie actually has a chance right now
to score. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And there you go, loose ball. So he didn't even have to. You know, unlike most of the rest of this game, he didn't even have to do much to get that ball back.
Oh, I don't think he wanted that.
No, but honestly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, but this will do for now, right? Because then it enables this.
He's gonna need.
Oh, Steve frickin' Michaels. He's not going to get the push he probably wanted, but that'll definitely do. Oh, yeah. Knockout.
That's fine.
And you got enough for a cage on this sideline. At the very least, a sideline cage.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, what you could actually do, and I'm sure he knows this. I'm not telling him anything yet. But I mean,
I don't think you really want to do a sideline cage against Agi 5, though. That doesn't seem like the...
You're right. You're right. Especially now when you don't have a sidestepper. That's what I was thinking. But he does have a sidestepper. I'll tell you what I might have done as a necro coach after this.
Afterwards.
Yeah, after these messages. So, but it does look like the MML pack is in a position to.
If Bernie goes into half tied, I think he'll be happy for the way it turned out.
Yes, and I think we're about to see the. We might be. Are we seeing Serious Jest use that poor man's tackle on one of these gutter runners?
I think so. You want one of them gone. You have to, right?
Yeah. You definitely do. And what just happened?
Nice
so who just hit him?
That was a.
Oh, that was a zombie. Okay. So.
Gerd with the pow.
The only negative. The negative of hitting was Serious Jest. Like, the good part is obviously he's got two hits on a very important gutter runner. If he can bring him down, with a POW, then that will help his cause. The only thing that it's an Agi 4 dude with movement 7 that, if he can make himself a scoring threat, that could also help the cause in its own way. So I don't know, man. That's a tough call. Do you try to lay out this gutter runner who's a problem, who has tackle, dauntless, and wrestle, and Agi 5 with 2 heads, by the way. I don't know if you noticed that. He's got 2 heads. So low down dirty
it's
rat.
stupid.
Yeah,
So
he can
just
go
like,
where he wants, and yeah. Bernie says, you know
pretty
what?
much 2 plus every. Ooh.
Yeah, Bernie says it's more important for me to get this little jerk on the ground and stop him. And so Bernie has actually left his zombie kind of a little out in the open, arguably, just like open season on the zombie.
But there's no rerolls. There is no rerolls
True.
on the rats. So.
True. So he's kind of just sat him out there and said, "Come and get me," And he's thinking, I got 2 scoring threats. One of them's a sidestepper too. So if you, whatever happens, you knock the ball loose. Yeah, if you knock that ball loose, you better pick it up and do something. So here's what I would have done. I think, Rand, if I could have managed it, my thinking was take this wolf, set him up here as the top of the side cage, right? And you take the dino chicken and you put him behind the wolf as the actual ball carrier on the sidelines as he sidestep. Move the zombie over and then hand it off to him and become the last part of that side cage, and then just bash.
That's a handoff.
It is, and it could fail, but you're handing it off to you're handing it off to a Agi 4 guy. And what's oh no, actually he's only Agi 3. So yeah, it's risky.
3 plus.
It's risky. It is. But Rez still hasn't even used splits, so if they can knock down Dino Chicken, that goes a long way for the cause, and that definitely helps that Clark is able to clear this path. Are we going to see Low Down Dirty Rat come over and administer the honors? Yes, we are. Look at that. Sick.
That's a 2 plus into... Yep.
Dauntless.
1 die, though.
And goodbye, Mr. Zombie.
Oh, wait. No. Right into the sideline. We need a bounce. Bernie needs a bounce.
He does. And ball goes out into the sidelines, gets thrown back by the fans. Loyal Skaven fans decide to toss it the other way. And Bernie has got to be beside himself. I mean, that ball is still... Actually, it's not a horrible bounce, right? Serious Jest can get to that ball. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. I mean, actually, as long as more shots can clear, destroy out of the way, Serious Jest can get to the ball, and then we're gonna, we're seeing a wolf pass of some kind. It's either going to be a short relay, or he's just going to go for the long pass and try and make it. Well, forget all that, because DJ Red Dice has just sent Moreface Creep down there to try to pick that ball up and get away with it, and actually just seal off the ball from Serious Jest.
Yep. He's going to make Serious Jest roll more dice.
Yeah, not necessarily. Actually, here's the problem, though, right? Both of these guys are in scoring range, aren't they? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So I love what Rez has done here, because he's basically made it so that if Bernie tries this relay or long pass or whatever, and he fumbles that ball, there's 2 guys in scoring range. So he's kind of put Bernie in this position where he's like, do I want to try to tie it up, or I just want to make sure I don't go down 2-0. And he's got a wizard. Although
actually, I mean, if you think about, if you do the counting, it's going to be almost impossible for Bernie to even. I mean, he's going to have to roll a ton of dice to get to that.
I think. I mean, remember, more shots can take the shot on Destroy right now if he can clear him, right? Which he can.
Yeah,
I mean, he'll at least be able to push him. 1, 2,
if you use
3,
the pass, 4. Then you have to hand it off, and then there's a ton of dice that still.
Yeah. Which is so it might. The safe play is not that. You want the epic play, you do it, and you go into halftime tied up 1-1, and you got the wizard. You want the safe play?
It's semifinals.
Right.
Yeah. Semifinals of Saturday, you don't go safe. You can't go safe.
Okay, this is good that he's smart that he put that dude there, but that means there's not going to be a relay. Yeah, I don't think there's no.
Yeah,
so
I think
I thought the white.
safe. I don't like that.
Yeah. What?
I'm not sure. I
wondering
like the
why.
safe play.
Yeah, I'm wondering why he moved that zombie where he did. And he's gonna. Okay. Okay. Not bad. All right. So he's making sure Morpheus creep gets rocked. That helps. If you're going safe play, honestly, really safe play, I'm not even sure you pick the ball up at this point. Oh, Dodge is out. No, I mean, yeah. Just putting 2 tackle zones on
I
the
don't know.
ball.
I've never been in the playoffs, so I can't really say it. But I think I would have
Just
probably
attempted the
not
pass.
Yeah. Won't win the pass, and then he would have needed a 3+ into a 3+ dodge into a 2+ GFI into a 3+ catch.
The thing is that we know Blood Bowl is You're right, and you're right. It's like these are things that could very easily happen, and if you don't even try, you won't know. So he'll never know if he could have had a touchdown there. But what he does know is that he's also not going into the half, most likely. Well, he doesn't even know that, but
he doesn't, because what if Rez does the crazy play?
Uh-huh.
What if Rez gets the same play that he could have just had?
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a loner in scoring position.
But I will tell you this: you go down 2-0, right, in the half. This game is probably over. Not definitely. Probably. Right.
He has a wizard and he has some fast wolves.
True. True. But that's what I'm saying. So 1-0 you're down is not the end of the world at all. So he's thinking, I have a wizard, I got fast wolves, I'm down 1-0. He's already used his wizard. So now I can get this ball back.
Which, yeah, and maybe he's playing to go into the overtime, because if he can score, stall it out and score.
Yeah, and Lou's saying pretty much this is a simple win for Rez at this point. Simple touchdown. You just scatter the ball, pick it up with the gunner runner, pass, and you're done.
Yeah. No rerolls though.
He's kidding, of course. He's kidding. And Steve Michael stuns himself. I don't know what's up. This team has just kind of come out flat, man. I don't know if it's that Bernie kind of told him last second about the game and hurried him out here at 3 a.m. Or
this is what you do at 3 a.m. You roll ones. This is why you don't play Blood Bowl after
nothing good happens after midnight.
Yeah, nothing good. Unless you're in Indianapolis.
I don't even want to know. It sounds like you guys had real life Blood Bowl after dark. So it looks like Rez isn't even going to try to pick this ball up at this point, which is kind of. This is kind of like not Rez to not try to score. Yeah. But I totally see why he went at me, because you'd be risking low down dirty rat and possibly burning another Apo and all of that. He's thinking, you know what? Of course I'm going to score again. Wait, all right. Well, forget everything I just said. He's picking the ball up. Wow. That's insane. Wow. That is insane. That is insane. Wow. Wow. Did that just happen?
Okay,
Bernie
needs. If this loner catches this pass.
Oh
my god.
My god. Oh wow.
There has to be a 1 in this roll, right?
Everything you just said before Rand was right. When you play against Red Dice Rez, you can expect crap like this. This is insane. You might as well have gone for that long shot, because if you don't do it to him, he's going to do it to you. That is incredible. And that is what a 5 agi gutter runner with 2 heads can do to you. Insane. Our Wood Elf coach, our resident Wood Elf expert in the chat, is going nuts right now. This is like porn for him. He's spewing all over his keyboard.
Can we ban him? Do you have a mod to ban him?
He's just going absolutely into, oh my god, Lou is showing us his O face through the chat right now. It is insane.
Oh god. Probably wearing his shirt.
Yeah. You guys just witnessed pure crazy. That's gonna live in the epic moments of the Champion Cup forever. That
See,
just
now
happened.
If you think about it, if Bernie scores that touchdown, it's 1-1. I think what his thought was is that Rez is still gonna have a chance to one-turn it. I mean,
Yeah.
So he
Yeah.
would rather go down 1-0 than 2-1, I guess. I don't know. I
Plus,
would have tried it. I mean, you're going against.
Why would Bernie want to deny Rez the opportunity to do that buffoonery that he just pulled? That is insane. That is the kind of stuff that people get shot over.
I don't know. My thing is, I feel like Bernie's probably screaming right now, and he's gonna wake his wife up, and then we're gonna have a dead Bernie.
Yeah, and that's what I meant. People get shot over means that Bernie starts yelling, and his wife wakes up and shoots him. That's it. I warned you about this Blood Bowl crap. I told you it wasn't going to be good for your health. That is wow. I mean, wow. I can't.
I just don't know why he doesn't go. I want to ask him after this game. I'm going to Discord him and ask him why he didn't go for that touchdown.
Midway is saying that if that was tabletop, tables would have been flipped. That's why you gotta. That's why Midway. The first rule of playing Rez in any kind of tabletop game is you must nail the board down to the table or the wherever surface it's on. Nail it down because you will try to flip that table later on.
Oh no, we played Munchkin. He's terrible on tabletop.
Well, that's a card game though. It's a card game. Is he really bad at Munchkin?
He's bad. Well, he's never played, so
I feel like you guys probably bullied him on the rules because half of I tried to play Munchkin like a couple of times, and my friends were like, by the third turn, they were like, "This sucks. Can we do something else?" Like it's just a lot of rule reading and kind of like, "Oh, what is this?" Because people are just like, "Oh," and I can only imagine a bunch of MML guys sitting around arguing about rules in a game. That would have been.
Oh no, they all listen to me because I'm the Munchkin master.
Are you really?
So.
I mean, in the actual rules to the game, it says that part of the if there's a dispute about the rules, you guys argue until somebody talks louder.
It actually says the owner of the game says what the rules are.
Ultimately, I think it says something about like whoever is the loudest and most obnoxious wins, except for and if that's still a tie, then it's the owner.
Yep.
That's hilarious. Did you? Rez says he was winning that Munchkin game until you rage quit.
No, we didn't rage quit. We food quit. We went and got food, and then we ended up.
I feel like you're finding ways. You're finding ways to disguise your rage quitting. No, you used to be known as Rage Quit Rand.
I'm proud of my rage quitting. Proud of it.
It's funny how we've started to go to other topics now because this game has gotten to the point of ridiculous, as Sturmjaw, if he was here watching this, would find 60 different ways to say the word ridiculous. He would refer to his friend Rick or Richard Ridiculous. The power went out.
It just keeps going bad for Bernie.
That is insane. I wonder if Bernie I wouldn't be surprised if Bernie kicked that right down the middle.
Look, it was double one. The MML pack got double ones on Fame, too. Oh, wait, no? Yeah. Red's got a one, too, though. I think this game is just full of double ones.
Wow.
Oh, God.
Wow. The hits keep coming. At least the regen kicked in. I mean, it's important that he keeps a full bench so he can keep, he can field 11 players and keep getting screwed. And now Rez is just in straight up IDGAF mode. This is
why, I mean, you don't find games like this on tabletop. Like, when I play tabletop, I don't remember ever being this salty. Like, I would be so salty. I don't know. I would be freaking out right now.
Because on tabletop, there's not a fake-ass RNG that makes things up.
Exactly. And it's also, you don't play a billion games.
I'm purposely...
So you don't have the chance to roll.
It's true. I'm purposely egging on the conspiracy theories to the hats to talk about the RNG being this thing that was put here by aliens to frustrate the human race. But no, in reality, though, sometimes there are some games where I straight up question it. I'm like, this can't. No.
There are. I mean, but you also got to realize you play a lot more games on console than you would on tabletop, so you're going to see it a lot more. So
True. But it's just, I mean, I've only played in my life maybe like I mean I've played over 1,000 games probably, but there have been various, I mean, more games than I can count where I saw one in, you know, 30,000. Well, I don't know if that possible, but you know what I'm saying. It's basically the odds of all of the crap I've seen happen are so few that it's just weird that I keep seeing them all pop up. And yeah, I know, I'm being assured the RNG's been checked out and the rolls are cool. It's just the timing of the rolls. I'm not saying that the game is spitting out nothing but ones. I'm saying that it's just very strange that they just happen to fall in the direction that they are. And I'm only saying this out here in the confidence of Blood Bowl After Dark because I know that when we talk about things in the light of day, people jump all over us. They get offended. They're like, "No, the RNG is sacred. Don't mess with it."
Oh, didn't you know though the clatter is rigged, man? Or the same coaches make it every season, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Clatter's like, I don't want this random guy making the playoffs. We want these guys to make the playoffs.
I'm not even kidding you, Rand. I thought this dude was kidding. There was in the forums, somebody actually tried to report Mercy Flush, who's one of the admins, right, from PC.
Wow.
A PC dude posted
Yeah.
like called him out by name. I know he doesn't mind me saying this because it's hilarious, but it was like, I'd like to report the following coach for hacking. He was like he's like I got
Wow.
all ones for my first two turns and he had nothing but good dice and I want to report him for hacking. And we were like, really? Oh, that sucks for you. 2 turns of bad dice, huh? Mercy, you're a cheater. But the dude was dead serious though. It was one of the funniest things. So of course, the next thing I'm in the admin forum part of it, calling him out in front of Nethios. Like, I just like to report Mercy for cheating. He's definitely cheating.
Wow.
I couldn't stop laughing, man. That's hilarious. I really thought the dude was kidding at first. Thought it was a joke.
See, and Lou's got a point. If you're not a full-time streamer, your dice are going to be shit.
Yeah. And ladies and gentlemen, preach in the chat. One of our admins, one of my co-admins in the champion ladder. And Lou pointed out streamer dice. Lou was explaining Rez winning on hacks.
Yeah, you should report him.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
I want to report Rez.
Yep. We have uncontrovertible evidence here. Rez is hacking. I will say this: if we're talking about, since we're watching a drumming, right? By the way, I'm going to switch it to the offense camera. By the way, so I'm on that side.
Yeah, I'm on that side.
Yeah. So, I will say I read an interesting article. I've mentioned this before, so for those of you that have heard this spiel or whatever, sorry. But I recently read an article about the difference in different kinds of randomness with the random generators. Are you aware of this? Like how it works?
No.
So you can go, basically there's 2 ways to do random generators, and the first way is through the algorithm, right? So if you want, basically if you're going to be putting out a lot of, or asking for a lot of results from your random generator, the algorithm is a convenient way to do it because basically it simulates randomness. It's not really random, but you write this code that kind of just like spits out supposedly random numbers. The problem with the code, one of the drawbacks, is that because it's a code, eventually on some level, especially after it spit out a whole crap ton of numbers, you can actually, like, you'll see the same patterns happen. Even though the code may have been written to make it random, it won't seem like it in some cases after like a voluminous amount. It'll start to wrap around to the same patterns eventually because it's the same code. Now I don't know if that has, because I'm not skilled too much in analytics, or I'm not a statistician or whatever, but I don't know if that could be the explanation or have anything to do with why maybe we feel like we see the same patterns repeating here. Midway says, I just put you to sleep and his head hurts. Yeah, this is a cool story, Bob. Yeah, so I'll back off. So anyway, one of them is an algorithm, right? If you want truly random numbers, though, what people do, this is what I found was interesting. I'm like, that would be cool if Cyanide would do this, but they would never do it because it's not cost effective, I don't think. But you could actually hook your computer up to something like a beehive or like a radiator or something like that, like something that emits thermal noise or something like that, and then you get it. You do actually get a truly random pattern. You turn those sounds into digital numbers, and then that's how you get randomness. So. Anyway, that was what I was doing on a boring. I'm not a nerd. I'm not a nerd. This took a weird turn.
Oh God.
So if you weren't, this is what we get into. Blood Bowl after dark. Aliens are controlling us through the RNG, and the only way to save the world is through beehives. Put on your tin hats now. Blood Bowl after dark. And here comes Steve freaking Michaels trying to make a move on the postman. And the postman always delivers. That's what Bernie declared, and that's what he got. Steve Michaels unable to knock down the postman.
I'm confused on why Bernie would even dare blitz the postman.
Yeah, the postman is invincible. I mean, basically, the postman is the equivalent of Mario with the Super Mario star he gets, except there's no end to that timer. It just keeps running.
Forever.
Turn it off! Turn it off! Jim says they actually have a sweatshop where kids are paid poorly to roll dice and report results. That's horrible.
Oh, God.
Dude, I'm telling that story from now on because that's just great. And I'm going to say it like it's gospel. You know, I heard from a guy who's got the inside scoop. There is a sweatshop somewhere in, in the back parts of Bangkok where you can't even get to because they don't allow tourists back there. And there are kids in the sweatshop rolling dice every day. They're in cages and they can't move. All they're allowed to move are their wrists. And they just roll dice.
Just roll dice.
Yep. Goblin gambling. It's run by Goblin gambling. This is great. That's hilarious. Blood Bowl after dark. So we all get creative. Oh, this is looking like.
This is my last Blood Bowl after dark.
It's too much. I can't handle it.
Can't handle it.
Things are looking like the postman is under assault, though. Serious Jest is on him. Steve Michaels is on him. I haven't seen a gangbang like this. Well, all right, I'm going to stop there because it is Blood Bowl after dark. But
since you were an idiot, no.
It's a little bit too maybe too far. So
I think Bernie's going a little crazy. I think his mind is so tired that he doesn't realize that's the postman that he needs to go after.
Oh, that was an epic lightning bolt, dude.
Oh, but
no armor break. But it was an epic lightning bolt. That was weird, like the way that maybe because I didn't have it on the guy who was actually getting lightning bolt, but that graphic was cool as hell.
If that armor would have broke, it would have been a much different.
Yeah, I get what Bernie's doing. He had to take the shot at some point, right? Like, you can't just let Rez, screw around. But now Rez is just like, oh, okay, that's out of the way. Now we can get to it.
Here we go.
Yep.
2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus, just 2 plus per days.
Gone. And look.
Oh, what?
Nuffle says no at first.
Double ones? Nope. Okay. Oh.
Wow.
Oh, he's blitzing? Oh, God.
All right, Rez is just being wow. Wow.
Oh,
wow.
How did that just happen? Oh.
Dude.
So done.
This is Rez saying, you know what? I know the dice are going in my favor, and I'm just going to take full advantage of it. That is the kind of move.
Poor Bernie.
We're going to call Rez the Teflon Don at this point. You can't touch him. When he's on a roll, that is insane.
I don't like Rez.
You're almost mad for Bernie at this point. Like, this is wrong. This is wrong.
I'm getting salty for Bernie. I'm salty for Bernie.
Damn, hashtag salty for Bernie. That sounds like it could be something else, but...
And then he's got his sidestep sideline cage.
That's what I was saying that I would have told Bernie to do with the sidestep sideline cage wolf before. I mean, not the wolf with the ghoul, but oh wow. And then let's just do that too. Let's just run by everybody and put more people in the way because why not?
Oh, and I was gonna do a mighty blow hit on his ghoul.
Oh wow.
Poor Dino Chicken.
Oh.
Poor Dino Chicken.
Oh, and Dino Chicken actually survives that.
No.
That's a slight mercy. Lula's just put all
So,
the see all the salt icons from Lula's? Breach save, feel the Bernie.
Feel the Bernie?
He is feeling, yeah. He's got to be.
This is insane.
He did make the MML playoffs for the Challenge League today earlier, as you pointed out. So he was like, even if I lose this, it's not an all bad day. So.
Oh God, Jim, really? So Jim just puts Rage Quit Rand in chat because RandTheMad got injured. I Rage Quit the game.
I didn't even think about that, but that's great. Blood Bowl After Dark. This is where all our creative juices and other juices get flowing. Yeah. All right, that was a little too much, maybe, but. Oh, look. Okay.
That was creepy.
Sorry, that was really creepy. But I like what Bernie just did here. By the way, he's put himself in a position where he can free up. He can knock Morphe's creep back with this with Girdlia, and then have two guys basically. Dino Chicken can get free. He can come as Stuntman DD has the tackle skill. He can come back there and then that happens, and then you wonder why. Why did that? Yeah. All right. So that sucks. But all right. So he's burned his reroll already, but he's got. I mean, he doesn't need rerolls anymore for the rest of this turn. Really. Well, hopefully not. Right.
Hopefully not. Yeah.
That's a guard.
Is that a 5+ in there?
And are we going to see something finally? No, of course, that's not going to work out for Bernie. This is awful.
No, nothing will work out for Bernie this game. There's nothing that's going to work out.
This is...
Nuffle has been...
Wow.
Yeah, unless you went to the playoffs, and now you're screwed.
I mean, lucky for him, again, Dino Chicken has...
I mean, even with that guy there, that's a 2+, 2+, 2+ with the reroll. Or 2+... Yeah, 2+... Yeah. I mean, even with that there, it's just like... Ugh.
I hope this isn't a die roll before. Oh, that's awful. Nuffle with the double ones. Yeah, I mean, he had the dodge built in, and he just got double. That was... Wow.
How many double ones is Bernie rolled? 3 plus two double skulls, right?
That's insane.
And then the double bulk downs.
Insane.
I mean, there's like been 6. Yeah. Oh, man.
I mean, Rez's dice haven't been all great either, but there is a disparity here. And normally, normally I think people's perceptions...
I hate blaming the dice.
Yeah.
I really do, but this has been just terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, nothing to take away from Rez, because you have to be good to take advantage of it. You have to say, hey, the dice are going in my favor. I'm gonna make this crazy, take this crazy chance. You have to say, okay, I know at 1-0, I'm down 1-0. The chances of him, now it's a bottom of turn 8. There's no reason not to go for this second touchdown, right? Because he's not going to be able to score on me. So look at that. Oh, he just goes. He doesn't even try to dodge him. He just goes right through him. Oh.
Yeah, he's taking all these. He's just taking all these cheeky blocks before he goes down, and just like,
I'm wondering if he's going to stall so he can take the extra hits now. No, he's in Rez scores. That's what he does. That is just wow. This is the thing. Rez is beatable, but if you don't beat him, he's going to embarrass you. That's basically the long and short of it. Is like Rez either like loses to you barely, or he stomps the crap out of you. There's like kind of no middle ground where he edges you out by 1.
You know what? When I played this team in the early stages of the beginning of Season 3, and I lost to him 2-1 on a turn 16 1-turner.
Yeah, early maybe. This team right now is just... Hey, by the way, I don't know what Lou is saying here in the chat. Loopy hype. I don't even know what that is, so... Preach is pointing out. What I'm saying, I'm making a bold prediction here, is that every game, Rez either loses or he wins. So I'm going out on a
Madden.
limb. What we got here is if you got more points than the other side at the end of the game, well, you just won the game. Whoa, where'd that bus come from?
Oh shit. I mean, this game's pretty much over now. There's really not any chance.
Three scores in 5 turns? Yeah, probably not happening.
Bernie's probably, I should have went for that touchdown at the end of turn 8. Probably should have. Or he's, half asleep in zombie mode.
Okay, so I see now. So some of these emoticons that Lou is posting in Twitch, so I see them when I look at my actual Twitch on my PC, but because I'm looking at the Twitch printout on my screen, I don't see them. So these are actual emoticons available in the Twitch chat that I guess the name of the GIF is Lou P. Dad?
Only if you subscribe to, I'm guessing Lupac. I'm guessing Lou is subscribed.
Oh, so you have to be, okay, I didn't realize that. So if you're subscribed to certain streamers, you get access to their emoticons. Is that right?
Only if the streamer's partnered.
Only if the streamer's what?
Partnered by Twitch.
Okay, gotcha. So Lupac these must be all Lupac things because that's why it's Loopy. I was like, why does he keep shouting out Lupac? I mean, is he that much of a fan? Like every single post, but it's the emoticons. Now I'm seeing them. So like this other one's called PJ Salt. I don't know who PJ is, yeah. But Career of Itchy KO'd. And congratulations to Bernie. He's managed to get a rat off the pitch for the first time in a long time. And that's 2. Maybe this is a good omen. That's got to be your weed dealer at this time, or a booty call. We don't know. Tripperus is going to start exacting some violence, but not enough. And this is... Yeah. I mean, at this point, it's just, I don't even... It's a knockout tournament. You're not going to do anything with this team afterwards, and you're down 3-0 with 5 turns, and I'm wondering if we're going to see Bernie try to cripple this team at this point, or what are we doing?
He might be so salty that he just tries to kill this team and says, Rez, I'm not winning, and neither are you.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh. I'd be pretty salty, though, if I was Rez, but I get salty.
And, Bernie figures, you know what, I'm going to trim some SPP, because, no, you can't even do that.
Wow.
This is...
Nothing...
Wow.
And he rolled a 1. Good thing he had dodge.
Yeah. I mean, this is kind of funny. This is kind of like, it's messed up, but it's, yeah. In a way, it's funny.
I really think he's probably more happy that this happened now than in his MML game,
Yeah. At least he's in the playoffs, but... I don't know. Bernie. I think Bernie wanted to go far in this competition as well, and this probably. I think that he is more okay with losing here now that he's made the playoffs in the MML. I'll put it that way.
And it's funny because he thought he was going to lose to the Dwarves first round, or that Arzoline, that was Dwarves, right?
Yep.
And then he thought he was going to lose to the Lizards and Circle the second round.
Yep.
And he made it farther than he thought he would. He thought he was going to be out round 1. As soon as the draft happened, he figured who he was playing. He's like, I'm done.
He's had a rough go of it, man. I mean, you got the season 1 champ, Sergul, who a lot of people saw as a one of the top contenders for his second match, and then he gets DJ Red Dice, aka Gorilla Rez, for his third match. This has not been an easy schedule for him. He's not had a cakewalk, and he's performed admirably. I mean, even here, his dice has been crappy, and he's been trying to do everything he can. But I mean, this is no contest against some other coaches. He may have even been able to persevere, but now Rez is gonna take full advantage of his opportunities. So, and I keep saying that's a credit to him. You know, like not everybody can take really good advantage of dice, and sometimes all it
And
takes.
Bernie has, besides those first two turns where I just don't know why he didn't cover the ball, he hasn't played too terribly. You know,
No,
I
no,
feel
no.
like I feel like he should have went for the touchdown at the end of the half. But other than that, I feel like he's played. But I mean, he just has been getting just no luck.
Right.
And I mean, this game is a lot of luck, but it does take skill as well. And he's had the skill. He's just had the opposite.
Smashed hand.
That doesn't help now. It's a little too late.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that there's only 2 injured rats by turn 13 is kind of insane. I guarantee you, if you told Rez coming into this game he was just going to have 2 injured line rats, he would be like, yeah, right.
Absolutely. Lou, thanks for joining us, man. So Lou is another guy who's his time is even later than Bernie's, but he doesn't have to think; he can just watch. Oh, did he? Nice.
Oh yeah.
Lou's a good announcer, man. I like listening to him. By the way, if you guys haven't checked out that MML highlight video and you're watching, you should. I posted it in the official Cyanide forums in the general section, but one of my top highlights there was just Lou made that whole clip with the wolf pass and him, like you see him just going nuts over it. The look of pure delight on his face.
Yeah. He's just like mouth wide open, like, did that just happen?
You know they have like that Craigasm, the Craigasm emoticon or whatever. It should be a Lugasm. Lugasm.
Oh god. To be fair, it was like it was a stupid play.
It was. It was
almost like Rez's touchdown at the end of this half.
Yeah.
At the end of the first half.
Yeah.
Stupid. Should not have worked.
Yeah. And the best is like Joe Furrow in the background too. He's gonna pass it. He's passed it. He's done it.
That's a great Joe Furrow. I love it. And then
he's like,
Joe Furrow finishes it with, "I'm sorry."
Yeah. So hopefully we'll be seeing more highlight that's coming. Yeah, so it looks like Bernie could theoretically score next turn. No? Well, yeah, he's theoretically, right? He's going to need a little help from his friends, but it depends if Gorilla Rez wants to take another shot at his ball carrier. But right now, I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure if it makes sense for Rez to even put his guys at risk. I mean, I know he likes to.
He's going to, though. It's Rez.
It doesn't make sense, though, at this point, even for him.
Yeah, you're going to win. Oh, he's doing it, though. Here he goes.
Of course he's doing it.
Even to win.
No. Okay,
he's like, whatever. I'm already up 3-0. I want to get a 4th touchdown. Is what he's going for. He's like, I want that.
It's going to suck for him if he loses a gutter runner, though, and then he's not going to be. It's all well and good until one of your gutter runners gets killed over nothing.
Oh.
And look, Nuffle says no at first, and Rez gives him the middle finger. I always say rerolls are middle fingers to Nuffle, and so Rez gives Nuffle a little little middle finger back. Says, "I said yes." These guys are in some danger now, though.
Look at him. He wants to score again.
He does. You gotta admire.
He's like, the way this game's been going, no one's gonna get injured. No one serious is gonna get injured. I'm not worried about it. He still has an Apo. I mean, not that Apos work 100% of the time, but he still does have an Apo. Right? Yeah, he didn't Apo either of those linemen.
He still has an Apo, correct.
I can't see it for some reason. Oh, there it is. Okay.
I mean, you get the chain push going, and there's be a touchdown here. That's not going to help.
You just need one push, and then boom, off to the races.
I mean, you still got to roll dice to get there, and Nuffle has not been kind, so. Well, that's out to the edge. Bernie decides, nah, I'm not. I don't know if you've noticed, but it's just probably not happening.
He's probably going to be happy with one touchdown, you
know? Yeah, I think that's what's happening.
Where's that Steve Michaels at? Send that Steve Michaels at one of those gutter runners. Let's see it. iPad. Hit the iPad.
Oh. Wow!
And then that happens. Wow. You re-roll that, and then, oh, there we go.
By the way, that was 6 dice thrown, and we're looking at 4 of those. 4 of those were, like, legitimate skulls. Not like the both downs and skulls mix that we usually just refer to as skulls for layman's terms. Like, those were legitimate, like, you got boned skulls. You've got boned. That's what that was.
Speaking of getting boned, did you see Sam T's post on Reddit about his 3 red die pows?
No. What was it?
Oh, you did. He wasn't complaining. I blitzed him with a gutter runner, and it was 3 red die, and all 3 of them were pows.
Oh wow, that sucks ass. And look at Bernie with the issuing the stamps.
What? Oh, with the golem. That was beautiful.
This is this is weird. This is where I probably wouldn't be doing stuff like this. Yeah. I mean, I get it. Bernie's ethos is like gonna play hard till the end. At this point, I've lost the game. My team's getting like shelved anyway. It's not like he's gonna use these guys again. He'll probably, so at least not anytime soon.
Oh, if this was my game, this team would get deleted as soon as this game was over.
Yeah, which is like for me, at this point, I wouldn't even I didn't really want to hurt the other team. Like, if you beat me, you might as well. I want you to win the whole thing. So I was like happy season 1. The guy that beat me and knocked me out was Arzo. So I was like, he won the whole thing. So I was like, all right, cool, because at least now it gives me a little vindication in my own mind, because I'm insane. But
look at him go. Look at him. He's like, I'm gonna get this touchdown. I'm gonna get this touchdown.
The hits don't stop. This is crazy.
And he's, oh my god, Dino Chicken.
He's gonna miss the next game, but hey,
game is never gonna happen.
Yeah. The ball falls, much to Rez's disappointment. The ball falls right into the hands of Stuntman Didi, who has been one of the few reliable pieces actually in this match for the Necro.
Yeah. I mean, he might be the only reliable piece.
And as I say that,
until now,
C 2.0 just lets the fur fly.
And but now Rez has nothing to pick up, so.
He's got Glart. Are we going to see a Glart dodge and pick up?
Why? He doesn't have anybody to score next turn.
Yeah, he does.
Oh wait. Oh, he's got to re-roll that.
He does.
To score, he's got to re-roll that.
Rez wants to make it 4-0. It might irk me enough. To me, it might irk me enough to continue, trying to score and run up the score. But yeah, then I think I would unleash a whole can of whoop ass. Just the competitor in me might be pissed off enough that, you want to try to go 4-0? Okay, now you're gonna pay for that.
Yep, this is where I just I want him to destroy one of those gutter runners. I think either one of them needs to die. Both need to die.
This is pure haterade right now.
Oh, what? Oh, yeah. No. I mean, they're terrible pieces of human flesh, or rat flesh, whatever. After knowing Rez, though, after meeting Rez, he is definitely the type of guy who would create pieces like that and enjoy using them.
I want to know right now. Hold on. Yeah, Steve Michaels is in scoring range.
Oh yeah. I wonder what. Oh.
We might actually see Bernie salvage some dignity here. And
Bernie's
I'm not talking
you wanted
about.
To go up 4-0. Well, I'm gonna go up and get a touchdown.
Yeah. I'm gonna mitigate this damage, Rez. How you like that? 3-1, and the ability to do the 1 turn. Oh, he's not even.
Rez can 1 turn.
Oh, come on. I wanted to see the score, though.
Yeah, that's... Well, I mean, what about...
Oh, yeah, I guess he wants to score in turn 16. He's gone. Putting himself right by the... Oh. Oh, you can see the stamp is coming. Ladies and gentlemen, lick your envelopes.
He just lost Seek. Poor Seek. I watched the game that he lost it.
Lick your envelopes, seal them up, and get your stamps ready.
Yeah, that guy's done for. Dunzo.
I don't see a postman on this MML pack team.
I know, I was actually thinking the same thing. Bernie's always been about the postman, but he doesn't have one. He must have died.
Uh-oh.
Oh, God.
And just gets wrestled to the ground. And to say, these wolves have not been very effective in this match.
No, Steve Michaels, who was the postman. I think that's why he doesn't have a postman, because Steve Michaels always delivered.
Are we going to see a flesh column stamp here? Is that what's going to happen?
Yeah, another one. Another one.
And another one.
RandTheMad.
And another one. Like DJ Khaled. And another one.
And nothing. 3. He rolls a 3.
Oh, wow.
Man.
I don't know what Bernie did to Nuffle, but Nuffle hates him.
He won. He won his MML game. He should not have played tonight. He should have played tomorrow.
Oh. This is...
And now Rez is like, this is my 4th touchdown. Watch it happen.
Guaranteed, right? Like, Bernie didn't even bother putting a dude on Murphy's creep. He was just like, whatevs. I mean, the only consolation is Rez is out of rerolls, so... But,
did you see the end of the first half?
Yeah. True. Very true. iPad is Dauntless too? That's yeah. That's iPad.
No, those Agi 5, those 2 Agi 5 rats are just insane. And it's funny because they don't really have any ball skills, like holding the ball as runners. Right. Well, they don't need it. They're like, we're Agi 5, we just, score right away.
There it comes. Here it comes. Insane right now. Oh, wow. Okay. So he does not... He manages to wrestle him down. Oh, the postman knows well enough to bat the ball away and not touch it. Are we going to see Destroy run up and grab that ball, or is this going to be low down Dirty Rat, grab the ball?
Gotta be.
Yeah. 1, 2, this is Dirty Rat.
6, 7, 8, 9.
He's moving Destroy away so he doesn't get in the way. And we're going to see some tomfoolery here. Straight up.
As long as Rez doesn't roll a 1 right here. Stop rolling 1s.
As long as Rez doesn't roll a 1, he rolls 2 1s. That could have easily gone bad. He got a little greedy, but it doesn't kill him too bad. The question is there going to be a respect foul here at the end? Yeah, Jim, tell Midway, it's the aliens, son. Get out your tin hats. And Steve freaking Michaels is going to try to put the postman away. And he knocks him down, just manages to stun him. Too bad he doesn't have the pylon skill.
You gotta foul one of those guys, right? You got to.
I personally wouldn't. I personally wouldn't, just because I know this team is moving on to the finals, and I'm not.
Oh God!
There's no advantage. So.
It's just
more skulls. That's crazy. And by the way, the guy that administered that tried to get that hit was More Shots. He should have named him More Skulls. And there you go, a little knockout right there. Nuffle gives Bernie no joy with the injuries. No joy with the injuries at all. I mean, none of this really matters at this point, but... You know who I'd foul? I'd foul Glart. That's what I would do.
Oh, no, if I was playing against Rez, I would take that low-down dirty rat guy and just... It's Rez.
And look at this. Serious Jest with a pass, and of course his teammate doesn't want to help him out. But Thunden actually, that sounded like that looked like a little practiced move, like choreographed right there, right? Like Thunden just knocked it to his teammate and said, "Here you go. No thanks, Governor." And we're probably seeing, now this is happening. iPad must die.
He's taking out. Oh yeah, he's got the case of beer. Thundon promised him a case of beer if iPad died.
Wow.
Thundon did on the podcast.
It was in this form. Was that for MML purposes, or was that for the champion?
Thundon told on the podcast. Thundon told Bernie if he killed iPad in this game, he'd send him a case of beer.
Oh wow. Well then that actually does give you a good reason to stamp him to death.
I forgot about that. He said the case of beer of your choice. This has got to happen.
Wow, and he runs around the team, slapping his teammates 5. I have to think he fouled him, but I couldn't see the end.
Got sent off?
I don't know.
Let's see.
There's no expulsions. No expulsions,
nope.
So he did not get sent off.
Foul him.
And no, I don't.
The turn.
Oh, he just ended the turn. Okay, so he didn't T16. I want to ask.
He was probably giving Rez like a heart attack.
Bernie said before the match that he would probably be unable to join us for the post game, but I imagine after he was probably yelling at the screen, he probably has a knife to his throat at this point.
Yeah,
he's still immediately shut down. But we do have DJ Red Dice, aka Gorilla Rez, aka now we know the Teflon Don, in the chat. Man,
Goblin Gambling Master. You got a hold of Goblin Gambling today. Man.
I get a shady new title in the MML, and I win a ridiculous game that poor Bernie decided to stay up for. I really feel bad. That the first 2 turns, man, and then the turn 8 touchdown. It was, I mean, the whole game was not good for him, dice-wise. I thought he did a great job to try to hang in there, man. I really did. I thought right before I scored the ridiculous turn 8 touchdown that maybe it was going to start to even out, and then it happened.
Because your dice went bad there for a minute until that touchdown.
I can't. I wouldn't say bad, but I felt like it evened out for a minute. It felt that way.
You got quad goals.
Yeah.
You did, which was so that I was thinking like multiple good things came out of all this like crap, like a nuclear war happens and then some things actually come out nice when we rebuild society. And one of them was that one of our Agi coaches experienced the pure salt creating machine that is the quad skull. All right, how did that feel?
It was tainted though. It was tainted though because I was already sitting here like giddily, like grinning to myself. This was a wet dream of a game. It really was. I mean, the biggest problem, my kicker's gonna miss the next game.
Right.
That's the only bad thing that happened.
Yeah. So it was offset a little bit, but yeah, definitely. I mean, anybody that complains about the double ones and then you don't know what that is until you've experienced the quad skulls.
Hey, it wasn't the full salt though. It wasn't.
Right.
At that point, right when it happened, it felt like it was purely justified. It felt like the RNG had finally, the dice were finally like, okay, we're gonna give him a chance now. We've had enough of you running around like a fool. He gets a turn now.
And it's funny because they gave him a chance and he didn't take it. He did not try to score, and then he scored.
I understand it was all 83s except for the catch. That was 67 for the line rat to catch it, but I understood the principle behind it.
Right.
But like Jest knows, he's seen me play enough. I'm going for it.
Yep.
I wanted the touchdown at the end. I want to score. That's all I'm here for.
And Rand was actually the one saying,
I was like, he's gonna do it anyways.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Rand called it. Like
absolutely.
I was saying, like, I see, to me, the mistake that Bernie made in that play, what I was thinking he was going to do, instead of putting an extra guy on the ball, I'm like, dude, the way that if you want to play it safe, sit a guy in front of that line rat that you had, right? Had he done that, he would have stopped. He could have potentially. I don't know.
He had a nice screen there.
Red still rolled a 6 on the pass to the line rat. So
but even then, the line rat would have had to go through the tackle zones to get to the end zone. He had a GFI as it was. So
I don't remember the actual positioning to see if there was a better way around or not. Oh, there's Bernie. Bernie, I'm sorry you stayed up for that.
I mean, I don't even think the World Cup winner would have won with them dice.
No, I don't think anybody could have pulled that out. And also, you were a true gentleman. I would have sat here and laughed with you and demanded at least, a picture of the beer that Thundon sent you had you fouled iPad at the end.
Did you not foul him? Did you not foul him?
He didn't foul him, no.
Oh, he didn't foul him.
No, he didn't.
Why? Oh.
Nah, I didn't foul because I thought it was a dick move. I just think if I'd have fouled there, it'd have just been um, just uncalled for. It'd just been bad sportsman.
Spiteful.
And
I
yeah,
appreciate that. You did a little dance and
yeah,
I thought he was
yeah.
circling the. I thought what he was doing was having him run around and slap everybody's hands in a circle and then stomp on him, which I would have thought would have been epic. And then said, "Beers on me, guys." But I mean, that was very gentlemanly what he did too. So
If he was a loner or like an unskilled lineman maybe, but not one of his best players, I'd have felt really bad if if I'd have lowered myself to that standard and injured his best players before the final. I just wanted to make it look like I was and do a little dance. And that was
Right.
what I was gonna do.
He just
You're
wanted to
just
show
a
that
better
he
man
could.
than me because I would have done it. I would have done it. Rez, I would have done it. Like,
I would have sat here and laughed because the story, if there was no context, if it was just, I'm just going to stomp him because he's awesome, I might have been a little salty about it, but knowing, I mean, this is seriously like over a year-long thing going with iPad and Dundon and all that stuff. I mean, I would have sat here and laughed with you.
it would have been so good.
and by the way,
And
this
you
brings us
would've
back.
You're a true gentleman for not doing it, Bernie. I do appreciate that.
This brings us back to a conversation we've had, time and time again. It's like we're bringing a newer guy to this community like Calcium Kaz, and he just kind of comes from this, I guess different communities that don't have this kind of, they sit there and chat with each other all the time and have these conversations and these inside jokes. So it's just like some some dude that you don't even know, you've never talked to on the screen killing your pixels and people are getting upset. And so, I mean, he's, I know that he experienced some of that, like kind of, people already disliking him before they ever talk to him, and then you realize, you sit down and you talk with these guys, you're like, oh, okay, I know where they're coming from. This is great, like this camaraderie right here, like you and Bernie going back, Bernie deciding not to, but Rez saying I would have been totally cool with it because I actually know Bernie, that's what it's all about. I don't know if the PC crowd has this kind of interaction.
I don't think they do. I've said it a bunch of times. Guys kind of miss, we've got there's a community going, starting to build. You've done a great job, Jest, of putting together the PSN chats. Like, guys miss a lot of the context, and it can be kind of hard to get used to at first. And then once you're in there, it's like, okay, I can chill. Like, this isn't a normal online community.
Right. So, but yeah, and part of it is, by the way, it doesn't work unless guys are willing to mic up and talk like this afterwards and do the post-game interviews and announce each other's games and stuff like this, So, really awesome. The other thing, so I was Bernie before you jumped on. I don't know if you heard any of the conversation. I was saying one of the good things is that Rez got to experience the quad skulls, and Rez is a known Agi coach, so he can, kind of maybe shout back to the rest of that Agi community who doesn't believe him about how, that's much worse than the double ones. But on your end too, Bernie, if you're going to lose in this way, at least, there are a lot of people that tuned in to watch. This is probably the only thing on to watch for your Blood Bowl fix at this point. And there was a big stage to, of people that will validate that this is probably one of the worst dicings we've ever seen on the PS4. Like, at least it didn't happen, and then you try to tell people about it, right? Because then nobody believes you. Oh, my dice are really bad. Yeah, sure. Yeah, your dice are really
and
bad.
And then I deny it all.
Right.
Nah, it was totally denied.
By turn 3, you were already saying he was getting diced. So
I was getting angry for Bernie by the end of turn 2, because, and especially it was the double ones on dodges and pickups and all that, just ridiculousness. I mean, not to mention the big thing, he didn't get anybody off the pitch until way too late in the game.
we were talking about that too. I mean, he got that one injury in the first half, but it was a line rat, like not a big deal. You had a bench, you were like, whatever.
I
don't know how, that was a wet dream of a game for me, and I'm just sorry Bernie stayed up so late to be the victim of it.
Bernie, are there things so to me, you guys know there was a period when I just my dice were so in the MML. It's like I continued to get
the curse.
Yeah, I mean it was like a legitimate over 2 months where it was just like every game was not this bad, but pretty damn bad. And and at that point, I hadn't realized how shitty it makes other people feel when you talk about how bad your dice are, especially the guy you're playing against, right? But anyway, my point was, what was my point in this? I started thinking about that and got flashbacks. Um, sometimes, when I look
that's
back,
what's great about the announcing and the chatting with each other on the mic during other games too. It takes the salt away because you can laugh together about how
Right.
just silly it is.
Right.
That's all you can do at that point. I mean, I thought Bernie played really well. There were a couple times in the game I thought he was going to get an advantage on me, and Nuffle just said no.
Yeah.
Double ones or double schools or whatever happens.
Or no armor break or removal.
So the thing I was gonna ask Bernie is like, I openly say this to everybody, that 2 months of crap was like probably one of the best things that happened to me as a coach, because it actually made me a better coach. Like I realized, and we've talked about this, right? It's easy to be a great coach when the dice are going great for you. When you really see people shine is when they're able to make like wine out of water. They get really crappy dice and manage to persevere anyway. That's why I get turned off to streamers who, like, when they're having a bad game, these are the streamers that people look at and then they just quit. Because I'm like, dude, you're supposed to be showing us how to overcome this. I mean, I don't need to learn from you how to win when you get sixes and pals, right? I want to know, what do you do when everything goes to shit? So, I guess I asked Bernie, is there any major things you would have done differently, had you suspected that your dice might be crappy from them?
I think the best example of that, though, Bernie just hanging in there, was the 50-50 dodge that turned into a POW.
Yes.
It didn't work out, but it was a risky move, but he was doing the things you have to do.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just so disappointed for the people who watched it. I mean, usually, win, lose or draw, I always put on the show, but I mean, it was that sort of bad of a game. I never even got angry. Like, sometimes you curse and everything like that. I was just emotionless all the way through it because it was that bad. It was that bad of a game. And when I saw the fans 1-1, I thought, great, that's good. That's great. So it's a semi-final and only 20,000 fans come and see me. That's great. Yeah, fantastic.
My leader was at this game too. I was down to 2 rerolls, and I got a reroll at the beginning of each half. So I was back up to 3 for each half.
But I mean, the thing is, what could you do? I mean, I challenged the World Cup champion on the PC, whoever, to win with them dice, because that just won't happen. So.
Bernie, why didn't you try to score at the end of the first half?
What do you mean, why didn't I try and score the first half? You knocked me over. Zombie had the ball.
That turn 8, you had a chance. Yeah. You needed a lot of try.
I think I don't know if he's cutting. I think he's cutting out a little bit. But Bernie, the question we were all bringing up is, like, turn 8, you did have a chance to go for the long shot. You chose to put 2 guys and cover the ball instead. And
I defended you, Bernie. I thought it was the smart move.
To be honest, if I can't do the simple things, a long shot well, I go, far down that game.
That's sound reasoning. That's sound reasoning.
At no point did you get the dice.
Except the other thing too is that I what I said to him, I don't think you've played Rez enough to know that shit's coming. Like, if you don't try that long shot, Rez is gonna do it to you, and he's not gonna use Vaseline.
It was coming either way, though.
Yeah, you see, said like a true rapist. Blood Bowl after dark.
I mean, just to try it no matter what. Tried it to just be like.
Rand, your mic is rage quitting right now. It's like cutting in and out. We lost him for a second. This is.
Resave, Birdie.
Well, this is crazy.
The turn 8.
We lost him too. Oh, there we go. He's there.
I can't hear.
Oh, can you hear Rez?
I can now, yeah.
Okay. You want to ask him a question again, Rez?
Nothing. He was just saying something about the turn 8.
Yeah, there's nothing I could do. I thought the game had gone by then. He was just trying to not let him score again, and he did, and that was it, really. There's not much I can really say about the game, to be fair. But I just thought I'd come on and just chat to you guys, because it's alright coming on when you win, but you should always come on when you lose as well. And I'll just quickly have a chat before I go to bed. So.
Very sportsmanlike. 67 blocks from the MML pack to 36 from Brutas, Blessed Vermin. 18 armor breaks to the 7. Unfortunately, most of yours were stuns. I mean, because you guys had the same injuries, and then just 3 more KOs on the MML pack side. Just, wow. That was just a one-way game there, and tough, but you kept fighting Bernie, and you gotta give you credit, and always a sportsman, always a gentleman, man. Thanks to both of you for playing this out, and Rez, you're looking forward to now a match against some Dark Elves. This one,
I didn't say looking forward.
I mean, I think that you spent the money on this game because you want to make sure, like, you kind of probably wanted to.
Well, see, the thing about that, guys, is I rolled a 6 for winnings.
So
I'm back up to 110k. So I spent 100k on this game. I think I spent, oh man, like 150k in the first round against Pong. I just keep rolling 6s for winnings, so I just keep spending money. I'm buying myself a championship here. That's what I'm doing, okay? Let's be honest.
I've said this before. I'm like, I've used this joke before, but Rez is that skinny girl that keeps talking about how I just can't gain weight no matter what I eat. Like, I hate you! I hate you!
Dark Elves won last season, right? So you can't let them win this season. All right.
Oh, true.
Well, it's been a different race every season so far, right?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So the odds are in your favor. But
I'm just saying, we're the blessed vermin. Jest knows what happens when you mess with Bruta.
Absolutely. Yo, by the way, who didn't confirm on the match for Goinjin versus Palm? I'm gonna confirm the round right now, live, and boom, we are in finals week, or finals, basically the finals to play. So you and Dinar can figure out when you guys can play. Hopefully it'll be soon. We can crown a PS4 champion. Yeah, it would be cool to see Skaven get their first championship. Of course, Dinar's been hanging around as well. So, like in the latter rounds.
Dinar gave this team both of their 2 of their 4 losses were against his Bretonian team.
Oh wow! Oh yeah, that Volvo crash test dummies. Those guys were a nightmare.
They were brutal. That was back when they had like 3 dirty player linemen, and before some teams managed to trim them down. But I'm gonna go ahead and say this whole champion ladder is rigged. I don't have the home game. What am I supposed to do without my instant wizard? I mean, I have to actually spend money on a wizard.
This is crap, I tell you. By the way, so his stadium doesn't have an enhancement. Hamar is basically level 1. It's basically a dump, and you guys are just gonna be playing there. And there's nothing.
How are you gonna let this happen, Jest? I mean, I've got a majestic grave of like a deity that we can play at. I mean, we've got wizards just roaming around. This is really kind of a shame.
I'm predicting a score fest between you guys, man. Like, I'm looking at his team, right?
He's got a lot of tackle. He's got some diving tackle and blodge everywhere. So
yeah, it's but you have blodge and he has blodge, and this should be kind of like he's got 3 tacklers, which is decent. It's better than
one has mighty blow.
True.
Some jump up. Jump up is the he's got the witch elves. So yeah, I mean, he's got the secret sauce of murder.
And you don't get a lot of inducements either, especially with your level up too. So.
Let's see. 17,
like 100K.
yeah.
I don't think Goinjin is that special as far as teams that we've seen before in the Champion Cup.
That can be a strength, though.
Exactly, because I mean, they're in the hands of a great coach. That's their strength. But yeah, I mean, as I look at your 2 teams, you guys do have the ability to jump in and make life hell for the other one on defense. But I predict a high score between you guys. I think you're gonna have trouble ultimately containing each other. You're gonna force quick scores, and this should be
probably for the first couple drives. We'll just dare the other one to roll 1s while they score, and then it'll start getting interesting when we start. If somebody actually, if nobody's rolled 1s or anything, then it'll start getting interesting as we like cage dive at each other.
Absolutely. By the way, Bernie, how did it feel to have the postman deliver all over you? That was your own creation.
To be honest, it didn't really bother me. Didn't really bother me at all. I'm quite happy with the postman. Like I said, stuff like this doesn't really make me salty. I mean, I love the postman, so it's great. I'd rather him score than anybody else.
Nice.
Because obviously he always delivers, so... Like I said, it's fine. It's fine.
He leveled up too, man.
He did. That's what got my attention, is that he was the level up on Rez's team.
If I'd have played badly, I'd have been salty. But, them sort of games, know what I would have won. So,
Right.
I can't
No,
get angry
I
with
said
stuff
I
like that.
thought you really hung in there. There were a couple times I thought you were gonna get it.
Well, you try until you can't. But like I said, if I'd have played poor, then I'd have been annoyed. But I'm not going to get annoyed on stuff like that because there's nothing I could have done.
Yep.
So.
And Bernie, I mean, honestly, this is an accomplishment, man. I mean, progressions, right? I mean, you've made the playoffs every season so far, and before you were having trouble getting past the first round. You made it all the way to the semifinals, and so the next season, that's when you say, all right, set the goals, get to the finals, and then from there.
He made it to the semifinals against two really good coaches too.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I mean, Reg could have easily beat me anyway, but I think it's fair enough to say I got dice tonight. So, I can't complain. There's nothing I could have done, and I just wish Rez to bring it on for the MML now.
All right, so we will
Much
be seeing that.
appreciated, Bernie. But, yeah, I thought you played great as far as you actually were allowed to, and it's always a good sport, man.
And we look forward. Goingine versus Brutas Blessed Vermin. Keep your eyes on the forums, the official forums, for when that happens. I'll be posting it as soon as they let me know when they can schedule it out. And thank you all for tuning in to this edition of Blood Bowl After Dark. It's the PS4 Champion Cup, second semifinal, and we'll be seeing you next for the championship. Do you have anything to take us out on your end there, Rand?
No, I thought it was a very interesting game.
Anything from Bernie before we sign off?
Yeah, Steve frickin' Michaels.
Did not come through today.
Did not come through today.
And neither did
Did not
Sirius.
come through.
Jest. Yeah.
The Pope wouldn't have come through today. Never mind, bloody Steve.
Yeah, true. And Gorilla Rez, aka DJ Red Dice, aka the Teflon Don. Did you say you got another nickname in the MML as well?
I'm losing track. Oh no, the new title, King Rez. I'm the admin now.
That's right. There
Yeah.
you go.
The only admin currently.
Yeah, right. There's supposed to be somebody else.
Don't think for a second that if Rez wins the Champion Cup for Season 3, we're not going to stop hearing the end of King Rez and posting of emoticons and GIFs and...
Oh, can you imagine the storyline this is already starting to branch off for the Blessed Vermin? I need to get AOS ended so I can turn to my Skaven game.
Sick,
But,
sick.
I will leave us on this note then. There's a bounty out on iPet. What did he do? He punched a flesh golem in the face and injured him, knocked out a zombie, and ran a couple touchdowns in. That's what happens when you put a bounty on iPad.
Fouled, but he didn't get fouled because Bernie's nice.
Yeah, Bernie's a gentleman.
Wow. You heard it here first. Rez invites your bounties. He laughs at them. And so
That's specifically for Thundon. He'll never hear it, but it's specifically for him.
I'm sure he'll hear of it. Word travels fast. Carrier pigeons are already on their way. Awesome.
He's going to type in chat just for Thundon.
Thanks again to the coaches. Thanks to my co-announcer, RandTheMad, a.k.a. Rage Quit Rand, a.k.a. Indianapolis Rand. And, yeah, this is Serious Jest. We're out.